There was no more denying what was going on. So now we on our way to the Cheesecake Factory. When I tell y'all that the car ride couldn't have been more awkward.
Where you at, Berto?
There's nothing in life like that new car feeling, man. And I'm not just talking about any new car. I'm talking about that first one. That first new car, man. I don't care if you so broke that you got the hand me down with 300,000 miles on your shit. Your car breaking down at every stoplight. Or if you were the kid that was so spoiled you put up in the Lamborghini on the first day of school. And you still mad at mommy and daddy because you wanted a Bugatti for your birthday. Spoiled ass little nigga. Regardless of which category you fall in, there's something we all have in common. There's a feeling that that first car cannot replace. Because man or woman, it's really our first step into adulthood. Really our first step into true independence. You can go where you want to go, when you want to go. And even if you have strict parents, there's always a way you can kind of finesse the situation to being in your favor because you driving yourself where you want to go. That first car, man, it's truly a blessing. And my experience ain't so different. Growing up, I had somewhat of a unique situation. Some people would say it would be like having the best of both worlds. When I was a young nigga, my parents were rich as fuck. I'm talking like millionaire type shit. So back then, I was like spoiled, bro. Got whatever I wanted. Like I was that kid. Now the reality is, I was so young, I didn't even really have a chance to appreciate or understand that I was rich like that. But looking back, I just remember like anytime my friends would come over, they'd all have this same reaction like, yo, your house, it's so big. But at that age, I just didn't really understand that. I thought everybody lived the way I did. But on the flip side, around like end of middle school, early high school, shit went downhill. Lifestyle did a complete 360. I don't want to like speak too much on that today because it's kind of really personal between me and my family, but the gist is we went broke as fuck. Like house getting foreclosed type shit. For all my youngins out there that don't understand what foreclosure means, it's pretty much when you're so broke, the bank is like, nigga, you can't afford to live here. So we're kicking you out the house and we're taking all your shit. Everything in this house is now ours. You don't own nothing no more. Like literally when you get foreclosed, all you can do is take everything you can carry on your back and maybe stuff in your car, but the rest, the bank's taking it. Pack your shit up and get the fuck out. That's what foreclosure is for the dummies in the back. Not a dollar to a name type of shit, bro. So as you can imagine, at that point in my life, I had to grow up like real fast because it made me learn how to appreciate things in life. Being born with nothing is one thing, and being born into riches is another. But imagine having it all and then losing it all. Like you going from being the kid that's getting whatever he wants on his Christmas list, and then next year, you don't even know when your next meal's gonna be. Some people might say that's traumatizing. Honestly, going through that was like really humbling at a young age, and it made me kind of develop and be more mature at a young age. And that's why I say it was kind of a unique situation. Because I know you guys hear the stories like, oh, I came from nothing and I made nothing into something. And then you got the motherfuckers that were born with everything and never really had to work for much in life. And just a side note, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, don't we want that for our kids? Don't we want to grow up and be so successful that our kids don't ever have to worry about nothing? I mean, that's the whole point, right? Either way, just from a mental standpoint, I feel like I was kind of able to experience both. It was really a big part of my character developing growing up as a young nigga. My mom really did a great job of holding it down so that we didn't feel the struggle as bad as it was. And my dad did what he could at the time to try and help support where he could. But the reality was, by the time I came of age and it was time for me to get my first car, shit wasn't really that sweet. Maybe y'all will get my life come up story another day. But believe me when I say, regardless of it all, I was more than happy with my 2003 BMW. That probably cost me a whole $3,000. Now I know what you're thinking right off the back, right?
Damn, nigga, I wish I had a BMW for my first car.
I'm sure you did, motherfucker. Regardless of anything, everybody that really knows me knows that I like nice things. So I always made sure I worked hard and got what I wanted. If it's up to me, I'm always gonna get the best version of whatever I can get, and I'm gonna work for it. Even though whatever I thought was the best version probably wasn't. You see, I was so obsessed with the idea of getting a BMW that I bought a BMW just because of the name, but honestly, it wasn't really in the best shape. I was better off buying like a Toyota Camry or some shit. Because my BMW goddamn had 180,000 miles before I even stepped foot in that car. And even though I was so happy that I had that car, boy, it had so many problems that came with it, bro, that I was not ready for. But I got to say I rode in a BMW, right? Too many problems to count, bro. Like, for example, I don't know how many of y'all have ever drove a stick shift vehicle, and please don't look at me because I'm not a professional, because I sure as hell didn't. One of the main reasons I didn't want to drive stick shift in the first place is because it just always seemed too complicated to drive. Like, I would always see people doing all this shit and then the car stalling and just stopping in the middle of the road. Nah, I don't want to deal with all that. That's why I got an automatic car. So tell me why my automatic vehicle would stall. I'd be driving and the engine would just turn off in that hoe. And to be clear, my BMW was not a stick shift. I'd literally be just driving, and when I'd stop at a red light, my car would just turn off, bruh. I can't tell you how many times traffic got held up behind me just because my car would not start. So yeah, I'm riding in a BMW, but BMW might as well have stood for bitch might work. I swear this engine had a mind of its own. And another big thing that was a huge L for my car was my windows didn't work, bruh. Anytime I put my windows down, they would get stuck down. And the only way I was able to actually get my windows to go back up is I had to get out of the car, put one hand on the outside of the window and another hand on the other side of the window and pull that bitch with all my might trying to get it up. Mind you, the only way it would go up if there was somebody inside the car clicking the window button at the same time while I'm pulling. So you could just imagine if anybody wanted to get in my car, there was like an automatic rule like, hey bro, don't touch the windows. My shits don't work. If you were really close to me, it went unsaid. You know not to turn the windows down in my car. My shits don't work. Don't ask me why. It is what it is. But besides the minor, pretty major inconveniences, I honestly loved my car. Like I said, it was my first car. It might not have been the baddest whip on the road, but honestly, bro, to me, it was. I was proud of it. I remember back then, and I kind of still think this, that I used to think like having black rims on your car was so hard, but obviously I couldn't afford that. So I went to Walmart and bought some spray paint, and I just spray painted my wheels black, bro. And nobody could tell me nothing. I felt like I was clean in that hoe, whipping the streets with the black rims. Yeah, that was ratchet as shit, but at the end of the day, confidence is key, man. I was happy with my shit. So now that y'all got a little bit of a backstory on the whip, let me introduce y'all to Gina. Gina was one of them girls where all the homies wanted to get with her. I'm talking top 5 baddies in the county, my nigga. Not the school, the county. You know when you got rivaling schools in your district and shit, I'm talking about she's the top 5 across all of them, bro. She was bad, bro. And the thing about Gina, she always had this mysterious vibe about her. Nobody really knew what she was like. She was just fine as shit, but real quiet. And I think most of this had to do with the fact that she was in a relationship for most of high school with this guy named Tyrone. She spent all her time with her nigga, and honestly, I didn't even know him like that. So nobody really knew what her vibe was. One thing everybody did know about Gina though, she was rich as fuck. She had the nicest car in the school, and my high school was one of them high schools where you didn't have to wear a uniform. So I'm talking about this girl's coming to school in designer clothing that to this day, as an adult, I still can't afford, bruh. Like if flexing on your peers was a person, this was her, and she was doing it on the low. Like she's not even talking to nobody. She just walking through and you know she's stepping, bro. She got motion. She got daddy's money, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know her personally, but if I had to guess, she never struggled a day in her life. At least not financially. Regardless though, she was one of them ones. The most we could do when anybody saw her is just stare in awe at her beauty. So boom, summer comes around, and at some point in the summer, I'm just scrolling on my phone and Gina pops up on my Instagram feed. So, you know, I went to go lurk her page a little bit. Not on no weirdo shit, but I just wanted to check what she got going on. And I noticed something. Her nigga wasn't in any of her pictures. I'm sitting there and I'm thinking to myself like, hold up. I know I've seen her page before, and this nigga used to be all her feed was, bro. Like, she only posted pictures of her and her relationship. And again, I didn't even really know her like that, but I knew It doesn't matter who you are, bruh. When somebody's been in a relationship for a really long time and their Instagram feed is just flooded with couple pics, and then they're just gone out of nowhere, that can only mean one of two things. They either broke up or she just being petty and want to make them mad. So I'm just sitting there and contemplating on the latter. I think this girl's single. I don't know how long she's been single, because again, I just ended up on her page. I don't know how long them posts have been gone, but I think she's single. Now, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I'm like, I don't think that nigga Tyrone had much on me, bro. Like, if anything, I feel like I look better than him, for real. I'm gonna shoot my shot. Listen, bro, all my brothers out there, I got all these stories to tell y'all about women because at some point in my life, man, I decided to stop living in fear. I gotta shoot. If I want something, I'm gonna go try and get it. Straight up. We gonna worry about the outcome after the fact. And in this moment, I saw a possibility of me bagging Gina. And to my surprise, shit went kind of smooth for real. I got her number, we started texting, and the vibes were feeling good. As far as I could tell, she was feeling me, and I was starting to feel her. And I know for a fact that she was feeling me because at some point, she was actually the one who suggested that we should hang out sometime. Come on, man. So you already know what your boy about to do. We ain't wasting no time over here, baby. I'm about to pick you up in the whip. I text her, let me come pick you up and we can go out to a little dinner date. And she's like, bet. At that age, it was such a huge flex to be able to go pick a girl up because not everybody had a car. So if you a young nigga and you got a whip, oh yeah, you already got some points, man. And honestly, I was a sucker, bro. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with taking girls out on dinner dates. Actually, there's absolutely nothing wrong with doing that. But the problem was, like, at that time, I was in a place where I was just doing too much. I was doing the most. I'm out here saving up every single dollar I can just to go impress some girl. Like, quite literally, all my savings was like, oh, I'm gonna need this money one day to go spend on some girl. That's not it, bro. Like, if you thinking like that, don't do that. I honestly was doing that a lot. Like, I barely knew this girl. That's just a little bit of pocket advice. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with wanting to impress a woman, and first impressions are everything. But at the same time, don't break the bank trying to go to 5-star restaurants when you make $6 an hour, bro. Like, come on. Like, I could barely afford to put gas in my car and I'm over here trying to spend every penny. It doesn't make sense. So my head ass was like, yo, shorty, I'm trying to take you to the nicest restaurant I could afford. Cheesecake Factory. Now, this is where I probably had my first red flag with Gina. But I didn't notice it at first. Because right after I said that, everything's going smooth. But right after I said that, she responded with, cheesecake? Question mark? Like she was confused or something. Now, I didn't really know what that meant. So I was like, what, you never been to cheesecake before? And then she said, it's just not what I was expecting, ... Now I'm thinking, all right, bet, baby, I'm about to put you on. I'm gonna show you a good old time at the Cheesecake Factory. You gonna love it. So now I'm all excited. I'm feeling good. I'm texting the bros like, yo, I think I'm about to bag Gina, bruh. We going on a date right now and all my bros are hyping me up in the group chat. As far as I could tell, everything's going perfectly, bro. She sends me the Addy and I'm on my way to her crib. When I finally get there, one of the first things I notice is this fat ass gate in front of the community. Like I said, y'all, this girl was loaded. I'm driving past houses to get to her house, and I'm talking about mansions, bro. Like, yo, like, what the fuck? I'm looking around like, yo, where the hell am I? I thought I was in the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air for a second, bro. I'm talking MTV Cribs level type shit, bro. And if you didn't know, I was born and raised in Miami, Florida, so it's not cheap to be living like this in Miami, bro. So I pull up into her driveway, I let her know that I'm here, and I go to meet her at her front door. When I finally lay eyes on her, man, I just remember thinking like, yo, this girl is perfect. Like, she was so beautiful. She probably was like the finest girl I had ever talked to at that point in my life. She greeted me with a nice, big, bright smile and even gave me a hug. And I'm sitting there thinking like, oh yeah, man, it's over. Like, I'm bagging Gina tonight. When we finally got back to my car, which was parked right next to hers, I saw her face go from a huge smile to a goddamn stone face, nigga. For some reason, her vibe completely changed. And I noticed, like, instantly, yo, you good? Yeah, I'm straight. Okay. Oh, and by the way, I just wanted to let you know, like, your car is so nice, bro. Like, I love the black rims on your shit. Oh yeah, I'm sure you do, 'cause mines are actually real. What the fuck did you just say to me? I just complimented this woman on her car and her nice rims, and she responded by saying, oh yeah, mines are real. Is she joking with me right now? Was she making fun of me because my rims were spray painted black? Oh nah, she just gotta have a bad sense of humor or some shit, right? But why'd her vibe change all of a sudden? It's like she was good at the front door, but it was almost as if as soon as we got to the cars, she was switching up. Even though it couldn't have been more clear with the signs of the night I was about to have with this woman, just kind of brushed that shit off, man. I let it slide. I opened the door for her, she gets in my car, and I honestly just act like she didn't even say that shit. I wasn't trying to fuck up the night, you know what I'm saying? Everything was going good so far. I'ma just let that slide. So now we on our way to the Cheesecake Factory. When I tell y'all that the car ride couldn't have been more awkward, like she's just being mad, like weird, bro. And I couldn't understand why. Every time I try to get like a conversation going, she just hit me with one word answers. But I'm just thinking to myself, like, it's all good. I just need to open her up. Like maybe she's just shy. Maybe she's just really shy or something, you feel me? I don't know what I did to make her shut down like this, but you know, like I'm cool. Like I'm just gonna warm her back up. It's all good. So I look at her and I ask her like, hey, who's your favorite artist? It's Drake. Oh, that's dope. He's definitely one of mine too. You want to play a song or something? I guess, yeah, sure. Pass me the aux. Oh, well, actually, I don't have an aux. My car was like too old for that, so I had to buy this thing called an FM transmitter. It plays the songs on the radio. It's actually kind of cool. You don't have an aux cord? Right then and there, there was no more denying what was going on. This girl is judging the fuck out of me because of my car, bruh. I don't know what the hell she was expecting. Sorry, I'm not a 17-year-old millionaire. I didn't have the nicest car. My shit didn't have Bluetooth and it didn't have an aux cord, so I had to get an adapter, an FM transmitter. If you know, you know. Was it really that disappointing for me to be 17 and be driving that? Like, goddamn, I'm not Bill Gates' son, baby. But nonetheless, I've never been in a situation like this before. So in that moment, all my confidence that I had literally flipped into insecurities. I could feel myself like starting to stutter while I'm talking to her. And I'm starting to sweat because all I could think to myself is like, oh shit, this girl thinks I'm a fucking loser. And one thing that's always true, bro. If you think of yourself as a loser, then you're a fucking loser. So as soon as I started to have these thoughts like, oh shit, like, yo, like, am I not like that? I felt like everything started to just go bad, bro. We finally pull up to the Cheesecake parking lot, which was also connected to one of the biggest malls in South Florida. And for whatever reason, it was really packed that day while it was also drizzling outside. So while I'm over here struggling to find parking, cannot make this shit up. This girl is literally just pouting, bruh. You could just tell that this girl wanted to do nothing more than leave. And really at this point, I'm just lost in the sauce. I just wanted to prove so bad to her that I'm not the guy that she thinks I am, but I'm so nervous and I'm working out of insecurities now. Like, just fuck, I'm making shit worse now, you feel me? Cause now I'm insecure. And just my luck, I'm driving in the parking lot and my car stalls, bruh. Oh shit. What's going on? Nothing. Sometimes my car just does this thing where it breaks down. So now, nigga, I'm sweating bullets. Y'all know that nervous sweat, bruh. You sweating so hard that you in your brain, you concentrating on not sweating. You know that sweat where you lift up your armpit, that whole shit like showing? It's bad, bro. At this point, I knew my car. So whenever my car would stall, I usually was pretty smooth about, you know, getting it going again. But I'm just so nervous and feeling the pressure of her next to me. I'm like just messing up. So me getting the car started again, which would normally take me like less than 5 seconds, I could not get the car to turn back on, bruh. It's like my brain just turned off of pure embarrassment. She's just sitting there staring at me with the most dead face possible, just pure disappointment. The secondhand embarrassment was so hard that it was starting to get hot in the car, bruh. And then she did it. Oh my God, it's so hot in here. I'm just gonna turn down the... No! Yo, what's your issue? My windows don't work. You're joking, right? I can't believe I'm here with you right now. Bro, this girl has me feeling so down bad. Like, I can't even express that shit. And before I could even get another word out, bro, it starts to fucking rain. Oh my God. Oh man. The windows are down, and like I explained to y'all before, the only way I could pull them up is I had to get out of the car and physically pull them up. So now not only is my car stuck in the middle of the parking lot with cars honking behind me, it's fucking raining on us inside the car. She's getting soaking wet. Pull the windows up. I told you my windows are broken. Can you do something? I'm getting soaked. So I'm standing there in the middle of the road, getting completely drenched, just doing everything I can to get this window up. But my hands are slipping in the water. It's a mess, bro. And she's over there clicking the button, just... it's a mess. Even though Gina turned out to be an actual bitch, let's be honest, nobody wants to get soaking wet. At that point, the date officially became terrible. I can't tell you how devastated this woman was. It got to the point where it was almost comical, man. I think it's safe to say that she hated me. I can't make shit like this up. Real trials and tribulations of a down bad nigga. I finally get the car parked and the windows up, but we ain't even go inside Cheesecake, bruh. She called one of her friends to come pick her up. And could I really blame her? Honestly, no. But she was a bitch though. Like, Gina, yeah. I don't know where you're at now in life, but you were a bitch. And that was definitely one of the most embarrassing, if not the most embarrassing date I've ever gone on in my life. And after that night, I was pretty insecure about that incident for a while. But eventually I was able to reflect on the fact that, like, I didn't want to be with somebody like that anyway. And after a while, I was almost glad that happened. Just imagine being in a relationship with somebody like that. Somebody who's just constantly judging you over materialistic things or wanting you to be somebody you're not. That would literally be a living nightmare. But I will say this though, it kind of motivated me in a weird way. Because yeah, I don't want people to just like me because of my materialistic things, but I also never wanted to feel that way again in life. I want to be the best version of myself, and I want my best version of myself to have the best version of anything I want. Like, for real, hear me out. I want to get to the point in my life where I can provide and experience the best parts of life and everything it has to offer. I don't think that's bad. Some people might think, oh, you don't need the nicest car. Oh, you don't need the nicest thing. It's not about that. I want to be great, bro. I don't want to drive the hoopty car. Like, that's not me, you know? And that's cool if that's you, but that's not me. You feel me? And that was definitely like one of those scenarios where it helped push me. I'm gonna push myself every day, and I'm gonna work hard to figure this shit out, because I ain't trying to get treated like no chump. The reality was I was 17, and there really should never be any pressure for a 17-year-old to be a multi-millionaire at 17. Like, come on. Like, bro, I just got out of high school. Like, if you are a multi-millionaire at 17, shout out to you, bro. Like, keep fucking killing it, bro. That's fire. But, like, you know, my fellow young niggas that ain't figured it out yet, like, bro, your life's just getting started. I'd like to think of it like this. At 17, you've only lived 17% of your life, bro. You know what I'm saying? I know that's not the exact math, but let's just say you live a long, healthy life and you die peacefully in your bed at 90, bro. And I know 90's like old, but shit, I want to live long too. Like, I want to live a long, healthy life, nigga. I want to be laying in my bed. That's how I want to go out. I want to go out peacefully, bro. So if I'm thinking like that, like, bro, at 17, I ain't really did shit yet, bro. So this bitch judging me on my first car at 17, get out my face with that. But at the same time, nah, like, I'm trying to level up. It's 100% normal to feel these things in life, and nobody should make you feel insecure about where you are on your journey. But one thing's for sure, I don't think we were built to settle either. Like, if you want to settle, that's cool. If that's truly you feel like your calling is, like, bro, I don't really care for all that, that's super fire, bro, and shout out to you. But if you are one of those motherfuckers that feel like you want to be elevating to like the highest of life that has to offer and do all these different things, whether it's the cars, the house, all that, or you know, or maybe you just want to be able to provide for your family in any way, shape, or form, or maybe it's all the above. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what y'all goals are, but it doesn't make you lesser of a man to go and chase that shit, bro. Get up and go chase that shit, bro. Straight up, you can do it. I'm still here trying to figure it out, but I'm waking up every day with ambition, nigga. Like, we getting to it, my nigga. And whatever that is for you, just keep going, my nigga. There's beauty in the struggle, bro. I promise you there is. Every L is just another lesson. You just gotta get up again and prove them wrong. Cause I'm letting y'all know right now, I'm destined for greatness. And we gonna keep working our ass off until we get it. Let's get it.
Where you at, Berto?